At the time I'm recording this video, Israel has just struck Iran and the United States is almost certainly right behind them. I need you to focus, okay? Because today, the same day that those missiles hit, Oracle has quietly announced that the US government has just authorized it to run generative AI on federal government data. Your data and my data. The contract is titled FedRAMP High with a DISA impact level of 5. That means that Oracle can now run artificial intelligence, meaning pattern recognition, automated analysis, and decision-making tools on the Department of Defense mission data, on classified intelligence systems, and on your Medicare record. And that announcement went up on Oracle's blog the same day that every newsroom in America was pointed at Tehran. Now, I don't want to tell you what to think about all of that, but I will tell you this. The last time we went to war with the Middle East, Larry Ellison used all of the chaos to lock down the UK's entire government data infrastructure because the British are still fighting these surveillance apparatuses and digital IDs that came out of it to this day. And he's doing it again. Except this time he's after us. Before you write this off as Israel's idea and is dragging the US into it, remember who funds Netanyahu's entire military. Larry Ellison does. Remember who controls Israel's entire war data infrastructure. Larry Ellison. And Larry Ellison is in the middle of closing a lot of deals right now, and Congress is about to be too busy with a war to stop any of this. So we have to stay focused. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not about to live in some Orwellian surveillance future without putting up a fight first. And while everybody's making the media monopoly case about this, which is a case I've made myself, I think the more consequential angle here is the data acquisition angle. And we need to get very real very quickly about what it means to have Oracle sitting beneath American media, American healthcare, American defense infrastructure all simultaneously, and what Larry Ellison has already shown you what he wants to do with that kind of position. And because I'm getting tired of just talking about a lot of problems without a lot of solutions, I've written a full report on this, a policy brief with over 45 citations that I'm going to be sending to Congress, and we're going to get more into that at the end. That's going to be linked on my Substack, the Dre Dossier, so that you guys can see and follow along if you'd like with what we're about to discuss. So Oracle is not a company that many people think about in their day-to-day lives. It doesn't make something that you as an individual can buy. Oracle is an enterprise cloud company, and it builds and operates the underlying systems that institutions run on. It's what this freaking war is running on. So that's anything from databases to cloud storage to software infrastructure. So if you've ever logged into a corporate HR system at some large organization and ever wondered who built this thing, which I don't know why any sane person would have that thought, but there's a reasonable chance that Oracle built it. That's the point I'm trying to make. Also, a little detail that matters is that Oracle's first customer was the CIA, and I go into all of that in depth in another video, which I recommend you checking out. But the TLDR is that the company literally got its name from the CIA database project from 1977, just to give you an idea of where we're starting here. And what Larry Ellison has done when he's been in that position, when he has the chance with all of that power, is the reason that this new merger with Paramount Pictures and Warner Brothers Discovery should scare you. Because between 2014 and 2024, Oracle had quietly assembled one of the most powerful data collection operations in the entire world. And this was all done through a very clever series of acquisitions that most people have never heard of, and each one did something very specific. So first, he bought Blue Kai, and Blue Kai embedded invisible tracking pixels on websites, and one by one, a pixel with a transparent image that you could not see would appear on your screen when you entered certain websites. So when you loaded one of those pages and one of those pixels had popped up, your browser would ping Blue Kai's servers, and it would transmit your IP address, your device information, your browser type, all of that, and set it with a tracking cookie that you could not delete. And Blue Kai was on websites like Amazon, ESPN, Forbes, the New York Times, MSN, and it was estimated to be tracking over 1% of all web traffic in the world. Then Oracle bought Datalogix. Datalogix connected what Blue Kai was collecting about your online behavior with what you did offline. So your in-store purchases, your loyalty cards, any of your credit card transactions, all of that. So now Oracle was starting to build this chain where it knew not just what websites you visited, but it knew what you bought afterward, where you went afterward, who you saw afterward. And then Oracle acquired the company Add This. You've probably seen Add This without even knowing it. It's those little share this on Facebook, tweet this buttons that are basically on every website everywhere. And Add This was on over 15 million websites, reaching 1.9 billion unique users a month. And even if you never clicked on a single button, you never tweeted anything, you never shared this to Facebook, Add This was still collecting your data just from you loading the page. And we know this because in 2014, ProPublica exposed Add This for using something called canvas fingerprinting. So basically, whenever you pulled up one of those websites that had one of those little buttons, your browser would be instructed to draw a hidden image completely invisible to you. And because every computer would render that image slightly differently just based off of your hardware, your graphics card, and even your fonts, it created created a unique fingerprint for your specific device. And ProPublica even said that it was virtually impossible to block. And it was found on everything from the White House website to adult pleasuring websites in the same sweep. And what Oracle did was merge all three into the Oracle Data Cloud. And that combined system built what the industry calls an identity graph, which is a profile that connects a real person to their behavior across every device, every website, every purchase. And the federal lawsuit that eventually brought all of this to light called them the Oracle Digital Dossiers. And Larry Ellison even stood up at Oracle's own investors conference in 2016 and told the entire room that Oracle's data business had information on over 5 billion consumers worldwide. For a little context, there's 8 billion people on the planet, and he was tracking 5 billion of them. Now, Oracle later disputed the characterization, but the $115 million settlement suggests that the underlying operation was real enough for a federal court to take seriously. Consider this my digital dossier on him. Yeah, that's right, two can play at that game.